Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.
Oh, Steve and Larson! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for yourselves and feel the power. Yes. And all you people out there, you're watching Going In Raw with Steve and Larson.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you'll be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson. Also available wherever podcasts can be found. And of course, taped live at the Twitch, twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. The Smackdown. We're on the road to the Royal Rumble. There's only one more stop before then.
Correct.
For
of course,
Smackdown, anyways.
Also, the Rumble is a star of the road to WrestleMania.
We're on the
road to WrestleMania.
It's like we're on the dirt road to WrestleMania right now. About to hit the actual road.
If the road to WrestleMania is a freeway, we're on the frontage road that runs parallel to that. About to get on the on-ramp on the road to WrestleMania.
Exactly. No meter. We're full speed ahead.
We can't drive 55.
Right, exactly. A lot of beef tonight. We got Adam Pearce's beef.
Yeah.
That looked great.
Yeah.
We had an obstacle course. I don't know. Smackdown, it was all over the map, but I thought it was pretty entertaining. That obstacle course killed me.
One thing Michael Cole did well tonight was advertise the show is full of unexpected stuff. That's totally what it was. We had that obstacle course thing. We had Sasha Banks taking on a small yay in a match, and that was wildly fun.
Right? We had a full-on intergender match tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. That was really cool.
And then the main event, as established in the opening segment, was gonna be Paul Heyman versus Adam Pearce. But in terms of hit the story beats that he had to hit leading to Royal Rumble, I thought, they all did everything did its job. They're advancing stories, and the finish of the show was great. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I thought there was like a good solid 3 minutes that I didn't care about, and that was whenever Dom shows up on my screen. Could care, honestly.
That match was pretty short, though.
It was. That's what I'm saying. It's like 3 minutes. Like between Ray pumping him up backstage, he comes out. I'm talking with entrances. With entrances.
He
3
got
minutes,
worked.
maybe.
He got worked by Barry.
He got murdered. I thought Ray was going to introduce him to somebody that was going to help him out with that. Remember last week he was like, "Here, we'll talk to somebody," and then I don't know. He didn't talk to anybody.
Is Ray going to come out next time? It's like, I got someone to talk to. He's going to go behind the door and come back out, and he's going to have a hat and like some glasses and a mustache and a trench coat on, and it's just going to be him to talk to him about, to coach him up to take on Baron.
What do you call those things? You put like platform. Or you put yourself on
some stilts.
Some stilts. Yeah,
with the trench coat.
Yeah, he tips over. I mean, there was no like one big major thing. I don't even know what my thumbnail is going to be.
Well, I mean, I think the thing at the end with Kevin Owens and Roman was really good. Roman's promo to begin the show, giving Adam Pearce crap about saying he was sore.
That was great.
Was really good. But
what
the
if I were like
beatdown?
What if I was a puss? What if I was a puss?
The beatdown Kevin Owens put on Roman Reigns was pretty fierce.
Yeah, it was pretty rad. I really like SmackDown and then so one thing that I've always appreciated, a comment that you've made before that I really took to heart in terms of like what adds to a show, and you've always said like the feeling that it's one organic entity, like things crisscross and stuff sort of bleeds into each other. I thought having Sami Zayn stage his protest was a really great way to do that to kick off the show, because he's just there interacting with people as they're walking by, doing promos, etc., etc. I thought that was a really great way to start the show. And then when you do the obstacle course and Chad Gable from Alpha Academy's there, and then the other Alpha Academy guy, Otis, shows up, I laughed out loud at Otis tonight. I was dead, because where did he come from? Like
it was like that video is going around Twitter where he's apparently like morphed through a wall in a hallway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I know he was just standing up against the wall, but the way it's framed, it looks like he phases through the wall.
I remember when that happened. It was hilarious. And so, yeah, he's just all of a sudden he says, "No, not me, him." And it's like, why would she not see him? He's so huge. And it's, oh yeah. Oh man, I don't know.
Funny.
SmackDown really cracked me up tonight.
It was a fun show. I guess, following our news brief this morning or this afternoon about huge names poised to show up at WrestleMania. So we're a week out of the Rumble. A week from the Sunday is the Rumble. So some of these pieces should start falling in place. And I don't know if anything in what we saw tonight alters our thinking, alters the calculus in any way in terms of what we talked about earlier. In fact, I don't think anything does. They're not showing their hand because I don't think they know what their hand is.
Let me ask you something real quick. So I agree with you in that most of my confidence points, pretty much all my confidence points of the Rumble are going to go to Roman
There's two
Reigns
matches.
winning.
There's two matches that are locks. It's Sasha Carmella. Sasha's winning that one.
Did they announce that tonight for the Rumble?
Yeah. That's
okay.
for the Rumble.
Okay. Yeah, that's my top one.
That's a lock. And then probably Roman, Kevin Owens is next.
Is Roman in a match against another part-timer big enough to be away from the title? Because Kevin Owens got the upper hand this week. If next week Roman Reigns is left standing tall, and I mean they have really, I mean tonight's speech about Kevin Owens and the tattoos on his knuckles and all that.
The main event segment tonight, if that was in front of fans, would have been huge for Kevin Owens.
Would have been massive.
Huge.
Yeah,
there's like 2 or 3 instances where if what had happened in front of fans for Kevin Owens would have been massive for him. Just in this Roman feud. But
yeah,
we'll
talk. Yeah, we'll just talk about this stuff because there is some definite Rumble type stuff we can talk about with Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that's the other thing is Daniel Bryan just made it his mission. I have my goal is to win the Rumble. I've never done it. He comes out and talks about that. He's on a massive losing streak. Like he challenges Cesaro for another match tonight. So I was like, done it. Let's keep proving myself over and over. Go take a seat at commentary. I want to face someone else. And Dolph walks up. So I don't know because for a while Daniel Bryan seemed to be the favorite. But that was pre-losing streak. I don't. Another thing to consider is given what happened tonight, it seems like at Rumble we might get a triple threat for the Intercontinental title with Sammy, Cruz, and Big E. If Big E loses that title, could he then also be in the Rumble and still pull out a win there?
Maybe. It's a possibility.
I just don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces. They probably don't even know.
No idea.
We sort of mentioned on News Brief, but I like they got a lot of moving pieces here. It kicked off with a Roman Reigns comes out, and he said, a lot of people thought Kevin Owens and Pearce got one over on us last week. Card subject to change is how losers think. That's not how I think. I don't skip events. It literally took my health being on the line and a pandemic to keep me out of this ring. What if I were like Pearce? Paul, what if I were a puss? My elbow hurts. My shoulders hurt. No one would doubt it. Everything on me hurts. My ankles have been bad since college. My back hurts because I've been carrying this damn company for years now. What if my back continues to hurt till the Royal Rumble? What if I can't make it? And then Adam Pearce interrupts. He's like, this has gone too far. It's out of control, Roman.
And Roman says, we know who's in control. He's referring to himself, of course. He says, but you want to know what's out of control is you, Pearce, going against me, that he would put KO back in the match, put him back in the title picture. The fact that Pearce favors Kevin Owens is out of control. He says, you must be Kevin Owens' bitch. If you're Kevin Owens' bitch, that means you're most certainly my bitch.
Most certainly my bitch.
And he said that really pisses him off is that Pearce has the audacity to complain about how his body feels. He hasn't been in a match in 6 years, and you're going to complain how your body hurts when you're standing next to the guy who's done it week in, week out, 52 weeks a year, and never complain because he busts his ass for the company. That's why he is who he is. And Pearce is going to come out and complain and whine. No wonder he never made it to WWE.
Ooh.
And so Heyman starts laughing at that line. He's like, oh, that's good. That's really good. And Pearce says, oh, Paul, you think that's funny? And Paul says, yeah. And Pearce says, well, you know what? I'll take the verbal abuse from Roman. I'll take the physical intimidation, but I'm not going to take it from you, Paul. And then Roman and Paul start kind of chuckling, and Roman says, Pearce, he's disrespecting you. And if he's disrespecting you, Paul, he's disrespecting me. You better straighten him out. And so Roman hands the mic to Heyman, and Heyman says, hey, you're disrespecting Roman, his family. I've known their family forever. Says Pearce buys into the Paul Heyman image on TV, that he's not capable, that he's impotent. And as a man, Pearce doesn't think Paul can handle himself. And Heyman says, I'm from New York. I'll whoop your ass if you disrespect my tribal chief. He says, I'm not a lawyer, but in the state of Florida, a verbal agreement is legal and binding. So if we want a huge main event tonight, make the match Adam Pearce one-on-one against Paul Heyman. And Heyman extends his hand. Pearce says, all right, your verbal contract, I agree to it. They shake. And then Roman tells Pearce, later tonight, you're going to get your ass kicked.
After that, Sammy and his documentary crew come out. They're like, hey, what's going on over there? They're on the ramp. Sammy handcuffs himself to the barricade there, the other side of the barricade, and he has a sign that says hashtag justice for Sammy. Sammy gets on the mic when he come back from commercial, and he says, he's entering the Rumble, and he starts rambling about losing to Apollo with the tights. He's like, I had him. I might have accidentally had the tights, but then Apollo won with tights. I got screwed once again. Conspiracy. So wait a second. Did you just speculate that this is going to a triple threat at the Rumble?
Yeah, I just speculated based on how the Intercontinental title match happens.
It seems like it's heading that way, but I wonder if that's going to be after the Rumble.
It could be. It could be because people here in chat saying that because Sammy's in the Rumble. Big E's in the Rumble. He's in the graphic tonight, I believe. So after that, we had so Sammy's interrupted by Asuka. Her and Charlotte come down for a non-title match against the Riott Squad. Of course, Billie Kay joins Riott Squad ringside. Early on, she gets involved, distracts Charlotte. That helps Riott Squad get the upper hand. However, later on, she tries to get involved by distracting the ref. Instead, this works against the Riott Squad. Asuka hits Ruby Riott with a pop-up knee, code breaker. During all that, Charlotte tags herself in, follows the natural selection for the tag champions to get the W. And then backstage after the match, Billy's apologetic. She's saying, I didn't mean to do it. Ruby says, didn't mean to do what? Cost us the opportunity to tag titles, potentially. And Billy's like, hey, all great teams have to overcome obstacles. She says, I've spoken to Sonya Deville. I got both of you in the Rumble, and we can start practicing now. And then she started saying, you want me to be Bianca Belair? And it's like you can practice eliminating various people in the Rumble. And I'll
Didn't she start singing? Like she started like sort of
saying the lyrics
to Bianca's song. It was hilarious.
It was pretty funny. And Ruby's like, no, you're not getting it. There is no us. This squad was much better when it was just theirs, Liv and Ruby. And then they walk away.
Makes me sad. Billie Kay is so great.
She's so good.
Hey, let me ask you something. I mentioned this on Twitter because Denise Salcedo mentioned something about Billie Kay. Does it seem to you that Billie Kay's spotlight shines brighter with her out of the Iconics?
I feel like now that she's not in... The Iconics were a very specific thing. Mm-hmm. Even going back to NXT, they were always they were always a very specific dynamic. There was always a specific dynamic to two of them, very specific characters. Yeah. Now that she's out of that very specific dynamic, it seems like she's free to do other things that are outside of that dynamic. And it's nice because she's showing her range and she's funny in basically everything she does. She's hilarious. And I feel like a lot of it, like one of the appeals of the Iconics was knowing that these two went back really far. Mm-hmm. Totally. And oftentimes it felt like the dynamic was Billie was trying to make Peyton laugh because she understood that was entertaining. And I mean, sometimes I do the same thing with you. Like I'll wait until you're drinking something and say something, unfiltered and to see if I can crack you. And that is, spit my water everywhere. Yeah. I find that funny. Other people might as well. Maybe that's why they watch us. Maybe not. And I can't do it on the spot. Anyways, but just on her own, floating from scene to scene, from storyline to storyline, she is a bright, bright star. She is absolutely, I think, like sort of as you say, that was a very specific thing that they did, unfettered from that. She's great. She's fantastic. Yeah. After that, we had a Daniel Bryan promo. He comes down
Explains why he loves the Rumble so much. The uncertainty of the number you draw, waiting for the buzzer. No one knows who's coming out, and you don't know who's coming next. The exhilaration of competing against 29 other superstars. It's one of the most challenging things in the WWE. He says it makes me feel alive. Despite all that, it's worth it because the winner gets to face the champion of their choosing in the main event at WrestleMania. At that point, I was thinking, man, how great would it be? What if Roman already had kind of an opponent set up? And Daniel Bryan wins the Rumble. And I know, like, oftentimes, sometimes, depending on the year, you can choose the brand. What if he challenged Drew? How great would Daniel Bryan versus Drew be?
Pretty special, man.
So anyways, he says, I'm very proud of my career, but one thing I've never done is win a Rumble match. He's then interrupted by Cesaro. Cesaro says, I thought I beat sense in you last week, but here you are saying you're going to win. He goes on a bit more. Bryan says, okay, I've been thinking a lot about last week. How about we fight right now? He starts to take off his sports coat. Cesaro says, how about no? I'm sick of proving myself week after week doing the same thing. Yeah, like Cesaro with the Mike Myers impression. Doing the same thing over and over.
Cesaro was really good tonight.
He was. Yeah, he was really good. And since you're not dressed, I'm going to issue an open challenge to anybody else who's declared for the Rumble instead.
I honestly thought Nakamura was going to come out.
Same. I was really hoping for Nakamura. He says, anyone wants to face me instead, come out. Dolph comes out. I know, I was hoping for the down, down, down. How great that. Oh, man, if a crowd was there and that happened. Whew. So Dolph comes out. He's on the mic. He says, I've been in the second most number of Rumbles ever. My stamina is unmatched. I want to win the Rumble, go to Mania, and get paid. Considered challenge accepted. Then we got Dolph Ziggler versus Cesaro.
Let me ask you something. So, as I said earlier, Daniel Bryan for a while has kind of been one of the front runners to win the Rumble.
Yeah, sure.
Now, again, getting into the calculus of it, you have Daniel Bryan on the losing streak. It seems obvious. You know, he said he's in his last year as a full-time competitor. He's part of the creative team. It seems like he's taking some measure of satisfaction in putting as many people over as he can on the way out the door.
Absolutely.
Now, would kind of the ultimate act of putting somebody over be for him to win the Rumble and say, put over Roman in the main event? Put over, your example, Drew, or use this as kind of just a storyline thread leading into the Rumble, but not really obviously leading to him actually winning it. Again, it's just there seems to be so many. I compared to it a couple weeks back or a week back of them having so many pots on the stove.
Yeah,
you know, deciding which ones to turn up to boil and which ones to take off. You know.
So the prospect of Daniel Bryan, who we know, creatively speaking, knows what he's doing. The prospect of him taking on either of these guys is great. It really is. I don't know how much more it would do for them already, given that in either situation, Daniel Bryan is going in as an underdog. If he puts either of these guys over, it's kind of expected.
Here's the one thing that Daniel Bryan could do that maybe only a handful of other guys can do is get a 5-star match out of either of them.
That's true. And if the goal is, I want to make Roman the most hated guy possible, I trust Daniel Bryan could do that because of his status as like the most loved guy in wrestling. So that's definitely a possibility. And I would totally, that being said, I feel like his and that could totally be the case. I feel like him putting over guys like Nakamura and making, you know, sort of letting everybody see what Cesaro is capable of, I feel like that's a more useful task for him these days.
Because I think at this point, him taking the L to Roman or Drew, for that matter, I mean, it's somewhat different with Roman because you said Daniel Bryan being the consummate underdog, being one of the most beloved personalities in WWE. If Roman goes out there and beats the hell, I mean, they put on a really good match, but Roman beats the hell out of him. You know, the potential heat that can get Roman, but at the same time, like, I already feel like Roman's nearing maximum heat, you know?
Dude, do you remember when, yeah, but he's so damn entertaining. And
he is
Daniel
really
Bryan he could turn the corner on that. Do you remember when Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan fought? Like, everybody was just, oh my God, he's taking all these German suplexes. He keeps on landing on his head. And it wasn't that long after he had returned.
No, it was what, 6 months, 6, 7 months.
it was a pretty scary sight. They could reenact something like that with Roman, but this time Daniel Bryan is like super babyface, and they could make it so that it feels real. You know what I mean?
No,
they can get some heat on Roman. They could, like Drew would be in an impossible situation. An impossible situation.
That'd be pretty much a situation where it's all right, 5-star match. Drew proves his bona fides as best wrestler on Raw. That'd be pretty much what it is. Which is something they kind of established already with the Orton feud. The first match they had at SummerSlam, he out-wrestled Orton to get the win, fresh off Orton beating Edge in the greatest wrestling match ever.
Yeah.
That'd be the whole thing with that.
My favorite part of this match, of course, is when number one, Bryan was on commentary as well, and they actually, Corey Graves was actually asking him some really cool questions. You know, mentioned Cole mentioned his stint in the Greatest Rumble where he lasted like over an hour, and Corey Graves threw a really great question to Daniel Bryan about something about the Rumble. I forget what it was, but it was a good question. I was looking forward to his response. And Cesaro did, as he does in literally every single match, and has done in every single match going back almost
3-4
now.
years.
3, 4, okay, whatever it's been, 5 years, probably close to 5 years.
Yeah,
he does the swing on Ziggler, and Cole interrupts Bryan seconds into his answer. Swing, swing, swing. Daniel, have you ever been in the swing before? And he's like, I fought him last week, and he did it to me then. Oh yeah, that's right. I called that match. I don't know. It would have been funny if it was like JR who got caught doing that.
It was
but
probably
Cole's usually on his game.
Well, that might have been Vince in his ear saying, "Oh, sell the moment, sell the moment, sell the moment." You know, Vince.
I wonder how much Vince gets in Cole's ear these days.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, Cesaro. This is a cool finish. So Dolph goes for a famouser. Cesaro catches him right into a neutralizer to get the win.
Cool. It was really cool. Yeah,
I'm happy they're actually really utilizing Cesaro as a singles wrestler. Get him mic time, and he's doing well.
Dude, keep at it. Keep at it. You know. Yeah. He was really good on the mic too. Yeah.
I'll say this episode of SmackDown reminded me of some of the better stuff from the Attitude Era in this way. There's stories for everybody.
Right. Yeah. Up and down. Like there's no fat on this show.
Even if you're not in a title scene and you're getting a push, it feels meaty. Whereas you'll watch Raw and someone's supposed to be getting a push, and they're like, okay, well, they're in a go nowhere match for 15 minutes. They win, but then they're immediately undercut by some beatdown or something, and it's all this 50-50 booking stuff, and no one comes out of it looking good.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why you just sit there during Raw. You're like, what is the point of it? And nobody's looking good. Nobody's looking bad. Nobody's looking good.
Nobody benefits.
A couple things here and there that might be interesting, but their mid card is just a wasteland. Yeah. Like I feel like Hurt Business, even like I love Hurt Business. I feel like they're just like treading water, and they have cool stuff going on with Cedric, but it's like I don't feel like they're going anywhere. You know. Well,
part of it, it took them 3 shots to win the tag titles off the New Day.
Yeah.
They never really followed through with the whole thing with Retribution.
I love what they did with Street Profits tonight. Sonya Deville saying no, just chill out for a bit, and it's motivated and everything. After that, we had Sasha Banks versus the sommelier Reginald. I had no clue that Reginald. No, I know that somebody mentioned that he was. Well, I forget what segments we had seen him in before as a wrestler, like 205 or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember either. We had seen him a couple times before, and we'd seen him do a flip off the apron. And since he has been Carmella's sommelier.
Yeah. But this was a showcase. This dude is talented. He was flipping all over the place. So he starts out by giving Sasha a rose and asks her for a kiss. It was great. It was very like universal language of wrestling, Like gives her a rose, asks for a kiss. She slaps him. He blocks though, and then she hits him with the other hand. She tries to toss him, but he lands on his feet. He goes for like a waist lock and is kind of like making, fairly inappropriate moves. She escapes that, gets him in a waist lock, and then sort of tosses him, but he like escapes the ring with like a really smooth slide or like a flip or something.
Yeah, he slides out. Yeah, then he flips off the apron after that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's able to evade when Sasha goes after him. She kind of bangs her knee against the post. She gets the upper hand, goes for a fun splash, but he catches her. She hits a big meteor on him on the outside and then just sort of stands up and slaps Carmella's glass out of her hand. Back in, he's able to evade a backstabber, but she hits another. Yeah, it was another meteor, and everything he's doing is very smooth. It almost had like a ballet feel to it. It was great.
Yeah.
So in the end, though, Sasha's able to power him down into a bank statement, and then he taps out. Just a really, really well done, still PG because they're WWE intergender match. I thought it was really well done.
It was really well done. It was a lot of fun. Afterwards, Sasha tosses Reginald out of the ring and talks some crap to Carmella because she was on commentary or near commentary.
Oh, man. Organ Grinder here in chat says Reginald was a member of Cirque du Soleil before he became a wrestler.
I can see that.
If that's true, that is totally obvious. And if it's not true, he needs to go to Cirque du Soleil because
that bit where was it here? Where Sasha tries to throw him in the ring steps and he just jumps off and does like a 450 and lands on his feet. Amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
Dude's super talented.
Usually when WWE does something like this, you're like, oh, really? But holy crap, that was really well done. Yeah.
Like, not just the athletic aspect of it, like the psychology of it was really well done. Because every time Sasha would try to do something and Reginald would do some crazy move out of it, she was like, wasn't expecting
She thought
this.
that she was going to have an easy day at the office with this guy.
Yeah.
But, he was just all over. And he had a smile on his face the entire time.
It was great. It was
really good, yeah.
After that, Roman and...
Corey referenced it on commentary, according to Maggie here. Okay, cool.
Roman and Paul Heyman are backstage, and Paul's like, yeah, I'm pretty smart. I'm pretty brilliant. I knew what you wanted, Roman. And Roman's like, I gave you the mic to do what you do best, which is shred him apart verbally, not get yourself into the match. But here's the thing. You're on your own. I didn't hire a punk to be my counsel. I hired a man. So you need to be a man and go out there and handle your business.
I really wish that there was like the smallest hint of a shot at The Undertaker here. Get your bag with your guns and your knives and handle this. After that, we had Intercontinental Action. Big E versus Apollo Crews. Probably should have seen this coming. Big E starts out super dominant.
These guys were putting on like at least a 4.5-star match before it got interrupted. This thing was really good.
They were putting on a stellar match.
This match was really good.
Yeah, and then the camera cuts to Sammy. He's unlocking himself. Comes on and he's so cartoonish. He comes in, haluva kick to Apollo Crews, DQ, haluva kick to Big E, and that's it. It's thrown out.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see a triple threat with these guys.
He's yelling at both of them. This is what justice looks like. This is justice after what you guys did.
Right. Yeah.
So it seems like he wants both of them. So it seems like triple threat. Next, we had Kevin Owens do a promo from his car. He says he showed up to work. However, he was told he couldn't get the building because Roman had pulled some strings. He says, that's fine. Just know at the Rumble, there's no more strings you could pull. We're going to sell this once and for all. He mentions that Roman has told him, stop fighting. You're like a cockroach. But Kevin Owens says, I can't because you've never beat me like the champ you claim to be. Your family has won your battles for you. And he starts talking about all his tattoos. Says he's got a lot of them, but they all mean something. But the ones on his knuckles are special because they're his grandfather's initials. So it's his grandfather and his wife's grandfather. And said they both had my back all the way. They are my biggest fans. And the biggest regret is that I didn't make it to WWE before they both passed. But now they're always here with me. And he said, I saw them both battle illnesses that should have cut their lives much shorter. And because they fought like hell, he got to spend more years with them. So that's why he doesn't stop fighting. That's why he keeps fighting. That's why come the Rumble, he will be the last man standing. It was really good stuff.
I thought it was really good stuff. My only thing is I think that the meat of the material was so strong. It really could have, it should have been in a different place, like a contract signing or something. I understand it's he's in his car and he's doing the Matt Chat question from his car because he's not allowed to be. I understand the premise of it, but the tattoo story was so good that I feel like if this was done in the ring confronting Roman, I think the material could have been much more powerful because you get one shot at that to talk about your tattoo and your grandparents.
Yeah.
But no, I thought this was really, really good stuff. I just thought in a different context or a different setting, it could have been even more powerful. But yeah, this is good. This is really good stuff. After that, the Street Profits are backstage. Dawkins has a fruit basket.
Yeah,
really nice looking one too. They see Sonya Deville. She's talking to Dolph about.
Sorry. I was incorrect. It was both his grandfathers on his mom and dad's side. Sorry, I thought for a second he said his wife's grandfather, but I guess it was grandfather. It was both his mom and dad's side. Sorry. Thank you, Ordial, for correcting me.
So the Street Profits are backstage. They see Sonya Deville. She's finishing up talking to Dolph, and they offer her the fruit basket. Say, hey, it's been 2 weeks. What about our rematch? And she says, look, you guys were tag champions for over 300 days. You won 2 Slammies. You had an absolutely killer, run. You absolutely deserve a rematch. But Montez, you're still nursing a bum knee or bum leg. And if you go out there and get injured again, it's going to hurt SmackDown. So how about you guys just hang out backstage, you hype up SmackDown, you do your funny shtick, you let other teams get the opportunities, and then we'll circle back around to you when you're good to go. And then they're like, okay, cool. They give her the fruit basket. She leaves, and they just, not happy about that.
Not happy about it. Next, Bayley, Bianca Belair do Bayley's ultimate obstacle course. So Michael Cole's supposed to host this, but Bayley comes out and says, Michael Cole, ding dong, hello, go take a seat. I got this. She says, so she lays out the rules of the course and what the course is. So it's a 400-pound tire you got to flip over. There's some little hurdles, a couple walls you got to scale. You got Gable. After that, fireman carry him for, like 20 feet maybe. And then you got to make a basket. And once the ball goes through the hoop, they stop the clock. That's your time. So Bayley goes first. She finishes a time of 1:12 seconds. And Bianca's about to start, and Bayley's like, hold on, we got to EST this course up a little bit for you. In come some higher hurdles. So she clears us because I think Bianca Belair was like, she ran hurdles in college, so no problem. She flips that tire over, no problem. Clears the hurdles, no problem. Clears the walls, no problem. She gets to the fireman carry station, and Gable's like, you're not carrying me, you're carrying him. Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
So Otis gets up.
It was so unexpected. Yeah. I was laughing so hard when I saw that full. Oh yeah! Like, why is Otis okay with this? Because he's like a good guy, and clearly this is a heel swerve right here.
It totally is. So he gets up on like the second ring step or something like that. Bianca just puts him on her shoulders and just walks.
Not a problem at all.
300 pounds on her shoulders, no problem at all. So she does that. So she gets the basketball. She tells Bayley, come over here, play some D, crosses her over, breaks her ankles, throws it down. With 17 seconds left on the clock, she wins.
Oh, man. That was good. That was
great.
So damn good. So Bayley, of course, gets mad, and this is where, the temperatures reach a boiling point. So she attacks. Chippy. Yeah, she attacks. More than that, she attacks Bianca, throws a ball at her, and just takes her down and rams her into the basketball post and throws her around a little bit more. So yeah, this feud is officially now in
the chippy stage.
Yeah, in the chippy stage. It's like,
After that, Steve was happy because Dominic Mysterio showed up, Ray's backstage coaching him up.
Well, I was like, dude, there's like 15 minutes left in the show, and they still have this Adam Pearce thing to do.
How is that going to resolve itself? Yeah, because we know that match ain't going to happen.
I figured. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a really quick one. He's like, no, Dad, I'm very confident in my abilities to go fight out there. And he's like, okay, son. So it's so stupid.
He's like, if things don't go right this way, then we're going to do it my way next time, whatever that means. Anyways, Dom goes out, gets wrecked by Baron Corbin. Yeah. All it takes is Baron Corbin evading like a plancha from Dom, and he dominated.
Right, yeah. End of days.
Yeah.
So then we had what was supposed to be Paul Heyman versus Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce comes out, and I think he still has slacks on. It didn't look like track pants.
I don't know if they were slacks. They were something in between. They were something more comfortable than slacks, but not as.
It was like clearly
comfortable as like gym pants. Or
it's like they weren't like track pants or sweatpants, but they looked like slacks. But yeah, they weren't.
No.
Takes off his shirt, beef, scrap daddy beef.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Heyman comes down, and he can't even climb the stairs. He sort of stumbles, but it's all, it's obvious that he's faking it. Yeah, exactly. And then he says, like you say, card subject to change. Darn it. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out. That's the match. Roman doles out a Superman punch. Did Pearce? I sort of looked away for a second. Did Pearce get before they went to the outside?
He got a shot.
He got a shot in on Roman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Roman hits him with a Superman punch instantly. Pearce rolls to the floor. Roman tries to pick up the ring steps. Pearce gets a shot in, and then ends up walking right into a low blow.
Yeah.
And then Roman tosses Pearce over the barricade. He goes behind it, tosses Pearce around up there, puts him on the second level of the Thunderdome. That's when Kevin Owens runs out, makes the save. They're brawling a bit. They end up back towards the ring. Reigns tosses Owens in the ring. Kevin Owens hits with a super kick. Reigns tries to respond with the Superman punch. Owens responds with the stunner. Tosses him ringside into the barricade, hits some shots. Pat Buck, the refs come out, try to break it up. He pushes past them, beats them down some more, backs off. And then he rolls into the ring and goes around, rolls around the opposite side, runs over, gives him another stunner, takes him over to the announce table, pop-up powerbomb through that. And my favorite part was after the little copyright thing pops up, he's like talking trash to Roman, and then he kind of wanders off and he gets the ring steps like he wants to throw him at Roman.
Yeah.
And I love that little extra bit of maybe violence that's going to happen before they go off here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good stuff. So let's open the floor to some questions. I've got a thread here on the Patreon. You can get your question answered using the Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen Larson, or just watch us live on the Twitch, and you can ask a question there as well.
Correct. Local hero with the sub here. Thank you so much. Rocco suggests that Bianca carrying Otis is the thumbnail.
You know, on a night like this, that's a distinct possibility.
It was damn impressive.
David Matushek, what are the odds of Sonya Deville becoming a part-time authority figure? That is what she is currently.
Yeah, she's currently
she
part-time.
is a part-time authority figure.
I guess
exactly.
The question is, what are the odds of her becoming full-time authority figure?
I would like them if they split up. Yeah, I like Pearce on SmackDown though. I like people on SmackDown.
Let me see
I like
if
the people
Bianca,
I like on SmackDown.
Let me see if Sonya Deville is still in the alumni section on WWE.com. Because she was, as of like a week ago.
Wolfpack for life. Who was the worst Royal Rumble winner ever? He says his first thought is Alberto Del Rio. I would have to... Okay, so let's take Alberto out because that's kind of an obvious... Not obvious, but it's already been the one.
Yes, Sonya Deville is still in the alumni section.
I remember being very underwhelmed when Sheamus won it.
Yeah,
even though how they eventually handled it, it was okay.
Yeah, I was going to say Sheamus too.
Jack Swagger. No, that was Money in the Bank. Sorry.
Yeah, he never won the Rumble.
Hold on. I want
to a degree, this. Especially based on what happened afterwards when Triple H won, when the title was on the line. It was really predictable.
Oh yeah, when he was doing all the crotch chops and stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Vince. When Vince won.
Oh, that's the worst. What a waste. Yeah, that's a really good one. What a total waste. Hulk Hogan. He was one of the early winners.
Jonathan says the Ray I Know a Guy storyline would be a great opportunity to introduce the WWE audience to a legend like Blue Demon or Dr. Wagner.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd pop so hard for that. That'd be great.
Oh, I would too. Especially if Blue Demon Jr. brought his hammer.
Here's what you do. You bring a hammer.
I'm just trying to do something. Wouldn't it be crazy if SmackDown remains untouched by WWE part-timers due to its good storytelling? That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be good. Let's see here. What wrestler? Alex Foster. What wrestler should be on the Rumble watch-along and in the Rumble match at the exact same time?
Doesn't seem like it's possible.
I don't know if it's possible, but at this point it's Otis if he's just appearing out of nowhere. You know, oh, yeah. Otis, do you have the power of teleportation? Oh, yeah. Eddie Brock's Venom. Could we see CM Punk in the Royal Rumble match? I'm going to say a hard no on that one. Don't think that's going to happen.
Zondo, Bryan should win and challenge Goldberg at Mania. Pull a William Regal on Bill.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's such a funny story.
Dr. Lipkin, could Daniel Bryan get a decent match out of Goldberg? I mean, I'd give him the best odds just about anybody on WWE's roster right now.
Yeah, would be a better match. Daniel Bryan versus a sack of potatoes or Daniel Bryan versus Goldberg?
The former.
I feel like the sack of potatoes would do better. because Goldberg want to make it about himself. Moses supposes. Who would have been a better person to answer Cesaro's open challenge? We both say Nakamura. And who would have been worse? You know who would have been better? Reginald.
Yeah, Baron would have been worse.
Dom.
Ugh.
Dom's the worst of all. At this point, like, I'm a much bigger fan of Baron Corbin than Dom.
Char Bison 1991 with the sub says hi, hello.
Hi. Hello.
Brett H. How about Cesaro winning the Rumble? He did win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
True.
I think that'd be great.
True. I wonder who the two names, like we mentioned that Meltzer says there's two names. I think we can assume that one of them is Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I think that was the implication. The one was Daniel Bryan, the other one was...
We don't know. It's got to be Seth, the other one. That's what my guess is. Oh my God, no. Christopher Ebersod, could you guys keep up with Bianca Belair if you took a workout class with her? No. It
would take years.
But yeah, it would take, by the time we're way too old for that to be a possibility.
Yeah.
For us to do that.
Years.
So no, not even close. I couldn't keep up with her for 3 minutes.
No, not at all. I couldn't, like, 400-pound tire? No way. Couldn't do it.
You don't think I could do that? Somebody earlier asked if you and I could fireman carry each other, and I think we could. I think you could fireman carry me, and I could fireman carry you.
Probably. When I was working
that's why it's a fireman carry, because like it's the easiest way to carry a person.
GT Racer says the only funny part of this segment was Otis. I thought the obstacle course bit as whole was a lot of fun.
Oh, I thought it was all pretty great. I thought it was really good stuff, but Otis just killed me. Oh my God, just out of nowhere. Oh yeah, I literally need to go back and watch that again because it was so damn funny.
It's pretty good.
Like he was so happy to be there. Who just, oh yeah. Oh man. James Rodriguez, which missing superstar would you most like to see return to the Rumble? Alistair, Seth, Buddy Murphy, etc., etc. He's just giving some examples. Man, I want to know that things are good with Alistair Black. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with all that. I don't know, but it pisses me off.
With Seth, I feel like we know Seth's potential in WWE. We know what he is in WWE. Alistair feels like untapped potential in the main roster.
I know. God,
complete,
like
total untapped
Dom
potential.
has matches, and Alistair Black can't find TV time. Although I think Fightful Select had a thing today that said he hasn't even been there, and they're not entirely sure what the status is on that. So
yeah. Hamish says Otis quantum leaps in and out of this segment, apparently through walls too.
Oh, it's hilarious. I'll have to look at that video again. Nemo, in kayfabe, why do refs only try to break up the fight if the face is beating up a heel and not vice versa? I haven't noticed that that's the dynamic, but I trust
I guess
Nemo.
I haven't noticed that either.
I trust Nemo. We can answer the question still. If that's the case, in kayfabe, why do refs only try to break up the fight if the face is beating up a heel and not vice versa? And you can't say, to make the face more sympathetic, not getting to, enact their revenge because this is in kayfabe. So, like, what is the instruction to the ref that is causing them only to break up fights if the face has the upper hand?
Maybe backstage they expect the face to be better than that. He's the good guy.
That's good. Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at this heel beat up the baby face. Well, he's a heel. What do you expect?
That makes sense. What do you want us to do about it? Babyface is doing it. It's like, oh, he's supposed to be better than that. Maybe he's going to regret this. Let's go help him change his mind.
Exactly.
I got a paparazzi in here with me.
What's that?
I said I got a paparazzi in here with me.
Oh, goodness.
Let me see your picture. It's just me sitting at this.
Oh my goodness.
My table. What a creep! Get out of here.
Oh, great question from Jorge D. Similar to Bayley, you each challenge each other to an obstacle course for all the Going in Raw belts. Okay, go. What would each of your obstacle courses consist of to give you the advantage?
Like a blue cheese eating table.
All right. Well, then likewise, you have to eat a whole pineapple.
Yeah, that'd kill me. Who do you think would fare worse? Me eating pineapple or you eating? I feel like as much as I hate the taste of pineapple, the idea of taking it in internally doesn't bug me as much as like what blue cheese would do to your soul.
Yeah, it's not just the idea of eating cheese, that much of it. It's the reality of what it does. Like, I just had a little bit of cheese on my pizza and I could feel it in there percolating already.
Because you think the blue cheese is absolutely disgusting.
It's disgusting. Yeah. It's vile. The mere smell of it makes me want to vomit.
Okay. I think you would have a worse time with blue cheese than I would with pineapple.
I also don't like to lose, though, so.
Oof, yeah. I mean,
what about physical things? Physical things. What physical things could you do that you think you'd have the advantage? Like anything involved, I feel like something involving baseball, I'd have the advantage there. Like you have to go to the 80-mile-per-hour batting cage. Something like that.
Yeah, you'd probably have the advantage on me. I mean, I've already beat you in a series in basketball. I feel like I would still be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bowling, clearly. I got my ring. I bowled the perfect game. Why is all my children are coming in and bugging me today?
I don't know, man.
Gypsy, get out of here.
I feel like I'd be okay with bowling. I'd be fine with bowling.
What is that? What do you even have?
An idea, then I forgot it. Oh, well.
Swimming. How are you at swimming?
I'm a decent swimmer.
You're an okay swimmer? I'm an okay swimmer. Bike riding?
Well, I know how to.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Night by night.
Neither of us are particularly impressive.
No.
In any area.
No, this almost year of quarantine has not done my physical well-being.
Nirvana fan thinks that I could do pull-ups better than you. I can't do pull-ups. I think you could do at least one.
I used to be able to do. used to be able to do 10 easily.
There you go. Well, you'd have that advantage then.
Night by night, you've been invited to participate in a Lego building competition. Your submission will be judged on creativity and aesthetics, but you only have 15 minutes to build. With that in mind, what WWE superstar do you pick as your partner for the event? You have 15 minutes to build something out of Legos.
I
mean, there's one answer. Seth Rollins is the architect. He should be able to know how to build things.
Yeah. I feel like I would go with either Xavier Woods or Tyler Breeze. They play a lot of video games.
Smackdown superstar. That's the question. Has to be a Smackdown superstar.
Cesaro plays a lot of video games.
Okay.
Up, up, down, down. I'm sure some of that involves spatial acuity as it pertains to Legos, building stuff. I don't know. Do they play Minecraft on there?
I don't know. I don't know what Daniel Bryan's acuity is it building stuff. He seems like a very patient man, though.
Oh, you know what I'd go with?
The idea of a 15-minute time limit, he wouldn't sweat it.
No, he's on Raw. I was gonna say The Miz because he has kids, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Roman has kids.
Yeah.
I'd go with the tribal chief.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Steve, why did you build this? It looks like shit. What are you, a puss? You didn't help me, Roman.
Rocco, remember when John Cena gave Roman cry face? I kind of want to see that match now where cry face would be reversed.
I do too. Yeah. Absolutely. God, the fact that Roman gave Drew cry face, that was the best. That was the best promo. God, he was so condescending. That was amazing. How is it he's able to check Drew more than he's able to check Adam Pearce? Like, Adam Pearce is so defiant. He just sort of takes it, and all he's thinking is, all right, this is not my job. My job is to be the official of SmackDown tonight, and I have inserted myself. You can tell Adam Pearce is not like that he is inserted in this story. Where Drew shows up and Roman just completely like, oh my God.
I know. Michael So Dope. I feel like it'd be a great story if Samoa Joe won the Rumble and faced Roman. That would be great.
I'd really, especially, yeah, man, if it's going down on SmackDown, they'd kill it with Samoa Joe. God, I miss Samoa Joe. He'd be so great for SmackDown. Fuck Raw.
You got other questions over there?
No, I'm all out on the Patreon.
Oh, all right.
So we'll do one last one, and then we'll do the rest of them after the show.
All right. Shane's birthday tweet. What other feats of strength will Bianca do? Does her picking up Otis top Cena, holding up Edge and Big Show at once?
Well, they didn't have to walk 20 feet with them. This was, I don't know. I don't know what's a bigger feat. This was damn impressive.
It was really impressive.
Damn impressive. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Twitch chat, stick around. We will answer some more of your questions. Oh, yeah. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.